Hey everyone, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy this content, please hit that subscribe button right now.
Right now, as we speak, there are still dozens of proven Major League Baseball relievers sitting at home, waiting for their phones to ring. Spring training is less than a month away, and these guys don't even know what uniform they'll be wearing. That's the reality of today's free agent market, and honestly, it's kind of insane when you think about it. The Blue Jays just pulled off something pretty remarkable this offseason. They brought back Shane Bieber, which was huge. Then they went out and grabbed Dylan Cease, Cody Ponce, Tyler Rogers, and Kazuma Okamoto. That's serious business right there. This isn't a team just tinkering around the edges anymore. After coming so close against the Dodgers last year, they're clearly going all in. But here's the thing that nobody's really talking about enough. Their bullpen situation is still kind of a question mark, and that's what I want to dig into today. Right now, the Blue Jays have Jeff Hoffman anchoring things, which is solid. Tyler Rogers just came in, Yimi Garcia is back, and Louis Varland rounds out the core group. Then you've got all these secondary options floating around: Ponce, Braden Fisher, Mason Fluharty, Bowden Francis, Eric Lauer, Chase Lee, Brendan Little, and Tommy Nance. That's a lot of names. But are they the right names? I'm not so sure. And apparently, neither is the front office, because they're still looking around. Let me throw 3 names at you that make a ton of sense for Toronto to pursue right now. These aren't just random relievers I'm pulling out of thin air. These are guys who have real connections to this organization, proven track records, and could genuinely make a difference when October rolls around again. First up, Seranthony Domínguez. Now this one should be obvious to anyone who paid attention last season. The Blue Jays traded for this guy in July from Baltimore, and he was absolutely lights out for them down the stretch. Look at the numbers from his time in Toronto. He went 2-1 with a 3.00 ERA and held opposing batters to a 1.69 average. That's dominant. When you needed an out in the 7th or 8th inning, Domínguez was your guy. What really sets him apart is that arsenal he brings. The fastball, slider, splitter combination creates so many swing and miss opportunities. He was striking out 10.7 batters per 9 innings, which is elite territory. During the playoffs, he pitched 11 1/3 innings and posted a 2-0 record with a 3.18 ERA. Teams could barely touch him, hitting just 1.32 against him in those high-pressure situations. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's perfect. The walks can be an issue. He gave up 11 free passes in those 11 1/3 playoff innings, which is concerning. But you know what? When it mattered most, when the game was on the line, Domínguez delivered. That's what you want in a reliever. Manager John Schneider knows exactly what he's getting with this guy. He's already seen him succeed in a Blue Jays uniform. Why wouldn't you bring him back? The second name is Michael Kopech, and this one's interesting because it's a bit of a gamble. Last year was rough for him, no question about it. He only appeared in 14 games, through 11 innings, and spent most of the season dealing with injuries. Right shoulder impingement, right knee inflammation, eventually needed surgery to repair a torn meniscus. That's a lot for any pitcher to handle. But here's what everyone seems to forget. This is Michael Kopech we're talking about. This was a first-round pick back in 2014. This is a guy who was part of the Chris Sale trade package, which tells you how highly he was valued. And more importantly, just look at what he did in 2024 after the Dodgers picked him up from the White Sox. He went 4-0 with a 1.13 ERA and a sub-.8 WHIP. He struck out 29 batters in 24 innings and held opponents to a 1.18 batting average. Then in the playoffs, he helped that team win a championship. The talent is undeniable. The question is health. But that's exactly why Toronto could swoop in here with a minor league deal and an invitation to spring training. Low risk, potentially massive reward. If Kopech comes into camp healthy and motivated to prove last year was just a blip, you could be getting a shutdown reliever for pennies on the dollar. That's the kind of move that can define a championship roster. The third option is Danny Coulombe, another former Oriole who changed teams mid-season last year. This guy has been consistently excellent for years now. His career ERA sits at 3.35 over 343 games. That's not just a hot streak or a couple good months. That's sustained performance across a long career. Check out his ERA progression over the last 5 years: 3.67, 1.46, 2.81, 2.12, and 2.30. You see that pattern? He's getting better as he gets older, which almost never happens with relievers. Last season between Baltimore and Texas, he went 2-1 with a 2.30 ERA. He recorded 9 holds and 2 saves, so he's comfortable in big spots. What really caught my attention is how he performed against righties last year. Reverse splits are real with this guy. He held right-handed batters to a 188 average and struck out 26 of them. That versatility is huge for a manager trying to navigate the late innings of a close game. Now, let's talk about why Toronto specifically needs a guy like Coulombe. Their current left-handed options are Brendan Little, who completely fell apart in the second half and playoffs last year. Mason Fluharty is entering his second year and posted a 4.44 ERA in the regular season, then got worse in October with a 5.68. Eric Lauer had a decent year at 3.18, his best since 2021, but that's still just one lefty you can truly count on. Adding Coulombe gives Schneider a proven veteran who's done this at the highest level and knows how to get outs when everything is on the line. Here's the bottom line. The Blue Jays have already shown they're willing to spend and make moves this winter. They're not satisfied with being runners-up. They want to win it all. But championships aren't won with starting pitching alone. You need a bullpen that can slam the door shut in October. Right now, they've got pieces, but they don't have certainty. Bringing back Dominguez, taking a flyer on Kopech, adding Coulombe, any combination of these moves could be the difference between another close call and finally breaking through. The market's still open. These guys are still available. The question is whether Toronto's going to make it happen before everyone reports to